Hello, thank you for joining us today. We've got two of the most important people in South Oklahoma City with us on today's show. Aiden Street is the director of the Southwest Oklahoma City Public Library, and Karla Marshall is the director of the Moore Norman Technical Center. Both of these facilities are located at the corner of Southwest 134th and Pennsylvania.
That's right.
And I say they're the two most important people in South Oklahoma City because they both deal with continuing learning and lifelong pursuit of knowledge. And we're going to visit first with Aiden and then visit with Karla because they both have a lot of great information to share with everybody. Now, Aiden, you begin working with people at a fairly early age, don't you?
That's right. We can have everything from birth all the way up through seniors in the library. So we do a lot of programs focusing on early literacy for children. So every time we have baby story time, we might have one that's almost 2 years old or one that might be 1 week old coming to the library. So we love to have them.
And it's so important, I think we were visiting about this earlier, that some people believe that if the child cannot read themselves, then the library is not a place for them, but that's not the case, is it?
Absolutely. We have a wonderful program called Growing Like a Read, and it's specifically for children and their parents, and so anyone can bring in their child and sign up. It's year-round. It's not just like the summer reading program that's only during certain months.
Right.
But this really focuses on the parent as the child's first teacher and helps them learn how to interact and read stories and do activities that will get them ready for school. So it's a wonderful program and we recommend it.
Well, that's great, and I hope people will take advantage of that. I like to tell the story of when I was growing up, way before cell phones, personal computers, iPads. The library was our window to the world, and my mother would load up the 6 of us, our children in our family, and then any other child on the block who'd like to go. And every 2 weeks we would go to the Capitol Hill Library and max out the number of books that we could check out and use that time over the next 2 weeks to read and then go back 2 weeks later and get a new set of books. But the important thing was she was able to transfer her love of reading to myself and my brothers and sisters, and it's stuck with us all these many years, and I just can't say enough good things about the library.
Well, luckily we're still getting to do that with families that come in or people by themselves. They still come in every couple of weeks, but I think the thing that's changed a little bit, you mentioned technology.
Yes.
Some people will still come in and they'll say, where's your large print, or where are your romances, or where's the nonfiction? And then some people, especially after Christmas time, will come in with their e-readers or iPads or on their smartphones, because now we have the ability to check out magazines. You can check out ebooks or audiobooks, which was wonderful during all of the snow days that we had, because if you had internet access, you were still able to connect to the library. You could renew your books so you wouldn't have any fines. We have a movie box inside the South Oklahoma City Library, which being right next door to Karla, we make sure to push that with her staff, and they come over and use the movie box quite a bit. So it's a good service.
Well, that's great.
Yep.
Now, Karla, you begin working with individuals a little bit older, beginning, did you say, at their junior year in high school, and you've got a lot of programs for students who may have already decided that the traditional college path is not for them, but there's still a lot of learning that they need to accomplish before they're completely ready for the workforce. Is that true?
It is true, but we also have paths where we're preparing students for college as well. We have pre-engineering programs, biotechnology programs. So we have a lot of programs where students are coming in and learning the workplace skill at the same time getting academic credit for it.
That is tremendous. Boy, they have to be a very well-rounded, very well-prepared student, it sounds like, by
We've
the
got
time
some
they get to
very
college.
sharp high school students that come through, as well as adults.
Yeah.
But we do serve the adult population as well. And with the high school students, usually they're in career exploration, or they think they know what they're going to do, so they've picked a career. With the adults, it may be their second or third career that they're going into.
Yes.
They did something right out of high school, or they went to college, and they decided that may not have been really the path that they wanted to take. So they're coming back to school now and learning a new skill. We used to have a saying in career tech: every scholar needs a skill. So it's a blend of both academics as well as the skills.
That's great. I continue to see the various classes that you have available for individuals, and I get your listing catalog periodically, and I'm so intrigued by just the wide variety of classes you have to choose from, and there must be close to 100 different types of classes you could take.
Actually, we have about 1,500.
Oh my goodness.
We don't always offer all of them during each semester, but we have about 1,500 that are available. Anything from health, technical, technology, certifications and licensing, even just life skills. And as we talked about earlier, personal development.
Yes.
We really encourage lifelong learners. And even if you don't want to go into another skill or another career, continuing to learn along the way keeps our minds fresh and sharp, and keeps us young at heart.
Yes.
So we encourage lifelong learning.
That's great. Now, for the business community, I found this out, that the Technical Center also provides consulting and other types of services for existing businesses to help them become more successful. Is that true?
Absolutely. We have what we call coordinators that will go out and work with businesses within the area, and they will help their incumbent workers learn new skills. Maybe they're getting a new piece of equipment and they need new skills, or maybe it's just supervisory or management skills. We also help the companies with their business plans, with some of the other business skills that they need, so that the businesses can maintain good, sound business practices.
Yeah, well, that's great.
I have to tell a story. I think this is probably one of the best examples I know of our partnership, and how lucky it is that we're next door to each other. When we have people that come in and our staff notices they're so interested in a certain skill, we have those course catalogs right in the lobby, and we can help, promote that. Well, did you know Moore Norman offers a class in that? You might be interested in it.
Right.
And vice versa. We have a computer lab where we teach free computer classes, and so sometimes if they've taken all of our classes, we can say, well, right next door they do offer classes. Or sometimes maybe someone shows up in one of their classes and they're not quite ready for the level, so they can send them to us and take some
great.
free classes and build their skills. But you mentioned the business development. We recently had a program called Encore Entrepreneurship, and one of their staff came and helped co-present with our business partners at the library. And there was a gentleman there who learned about the incubator at the library program, and then came to the library, used both of our resources, made a business plan, worked on that, and then applied to be in their incubator, and is now in business in the incubator over there at Moore Norman. So he was telling us how he was in the library every day. I knew he looked familiar.
Yes.
Using the study rooms, using the computers, using the copiers and the fax machines, and to start his business so that he could have a viable plan to take next door. So
That's
it was really great.
And Karla, you actually provide a space as a business incubator
Yes.
facility to allow businesses who are just on the very start of their business life. Can you tell us a little bit about that
You bet.
program?
About 80% of businesses, when they first start, fail.
Yes.
And that's not a good statistic. So I love the word incubator because it reminds me of the, grooming little chickens. But we're grooming little businesses so that they can learn the skills. We've got a consultant there that's daily helping them with business plans, marketing, customer relations. He is working with them so that we can beat that statistic. And we've had several that have gone on and are now located in our district.
Oh, that's great. Well, and one final thing about the Moore Norman Tech Center, you also open up your facilities to the community. If it's a business or an education-related type program, you have facilities that they can possibly rent and have access to, and they're beautiful facilities.
Thank
just
you.
Beautiful. So hopefully the community becomes aware of that or more aware of it. And one other item, we were talking earlier this afternoon, and there is a strong demand for your classes and services. And you may even have a waiting list at times.
We do have a waiting list, and that's one of the things that we always want to do is make sure that we can serve as many people as we possibly can. The programs are getting very full though, and it is we are having waiting lists.
Well, I think that's a great statement on behalf of you and your staff, because everybody is so committed to trying to help people, and it really shows whenever I'm out there. You can just really see how everybody's trying to help everybody else as much as they can.
Thanks.
Now, Aiden, we've got some big talk
That's right.
coming around next month, don't we? You've got a very interesting program for this spring.
Yes. Every spring, the Pioneer Library System participates in a program called The Big Read, and it's modeled after the One Book, One Community type program. And so this year, the Big Read topic book is actually True Grit by Charles Portis, and I actually have a copy here for each of you.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to be doing traditional book talks all across the system, a number of programs. We even have some wonderful activities planned the day of the 89er Day Parade in Norman. We'll be out at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds.
Great.
We have some big events for all ages. And then a scholar is actually coming to the South Oklahoma City Library to help lead a book discussion on that. And then once again, we'll be having a showing of the film at the Warren Theaters.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's a great story, and both movies, the original one with John Wayne and then the more recent version, both are very enjoyable movies, and they do bring in the state of Oklahoma, where some of the movie actually is portrayed in anyway. So it's a great story, and I think it'll be fun. For those who've not attended any of those events, I really recommend trying to make those various programs, because in the past years I've had the benefit of getting to go, and it's just a lot of fun and always very informative as well.
That's right. We try and mix the fun part with the learning part, and then just have a great time all around. So it's really good.
Well, and I wish there was some way we could convey to people the importance of lifelong learning, again, that both of your organizations do such a great job with, and we really do want to try to encourage people as young as they are up to, when they've retired and feel like they may have learned everything they need to know, there's still some more information out there that could probably benefit them. And both of your organizations would be great vehicles to continue that work towards knowledge. So thank you so much. We're going to have to conclude today's show, but I do appreciate both of you coming by. And again, both of these facilities are located at the corner of Southwest 134th and South Pennsylvania Avenue in South Oklahoma City. And it's certainly well worth your time just to stop by and visit with both of these great ladies. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.